Hi there. Good afternoon. Welcome to Ridge Haven Life. My name is Ian, and in this video, I'd like to share what's been going on around here over the past couple of days. It's been stormy. Rain's been coming through, as you can see unfolding behind me. Not a lot of rain, maybe an inch in total, but that's definitely been enough to influence what's been going on around here in terms of working on the projects and just the wonderful scenery that unfolds whenever it rains. I'm here at the orchard on this cool, crisp morning after a little bit of the rain, and no work's been done since I posted a video last week about the last of the pots being removed from this area, leaving these scars, but really opening up the space. But I'm just down here getting my day started and admiring the view. The fog down in the valley there is always spectacular after a rain, and you could just stand here watching. Kind of, it is a it is something to behold and to watch. Set up some nice time lapses to see. And something that's developed even with just the little bit of rain we've had over the past couple of weeks is you can start seeing the green popping up here. I believe this is a clover, and it is gonna keep taking off and carpet this whole area in a wonderful green, with the exception of where the pots were. And that'll maybe I'll seed something there, but with those, who knows how many years those pots were in place. So having them removed, obviously there's no immediate seeds that are going to be popping up there, but that's always nice. When this is green and flat and now open, kind of has a putting green feel to it. Who knows? Maybe I'll set up a mini golf course down here. So with the cloud cover, the past couple of days has given a really good opportunity to get some work done in each of the greenhouses. And with the end of the summer growing season, most of that work was clearing things out and getting things ready for the next growing season. So starting here in the citrus greenhouse, the zucchini that had been cascading out of these two raised beds and then sprawling the entire length of this greenhouse, those zucchini were taken out. And I also got this area, lined the ground with cardboard and then covered the cardboard in wood chips. I've done that for every other walking area in the greenhouses, but hadn't had the chance to take care of that space. So now that is done for each of the walking areas. And I have found that the cardboard then layered with wood chips has just been a really good solution. So it's nice to have that done in the last bit of that the citrus greenhouse. But here in the tomato greenhouse, you can really see a lot of things have been taken out. The very tall mullein that was here, the borage, the tomatoes, everything that was kind of made this almost like a jungle. All of that's been cleared out, left in these volunteer vines. Look like a pumpkin, but I didn't plant any pumpkin there, and I didn't have any pumpkin there last year to volunteer, but they certainly are kind of developing into what look like pumpkins. So left those here, as well as volunteer marigolds. Not sure where those came from, but otherwise took out most of the length of this raised bed, and then took out the length of this raised bed here. Took out all the tomatoes, as well as the basil and sunflower, and some of the dill that had started popping up. And on this raised bed, once everything was taken out, and I use a no-till method, so just basically cutting all the plants at the base, and leaving the soil intact. Scraped away all the mulch, and then added a bunch of soil amendments, so blood meal, bone meal, ash, and a few other things, and then put the mulch back on. I forgot to add asmonite to the mix, so I'll sprinkle some asmonite the length of this raised bed, and then water that in, and it'll be this raised bed will then be really good to go for the next garden I decide to have in here. Maybe a winter garden, I haven't decided yet, but definitely for next summer, that'll be all ready to go now. And then in the nursery greenhouse, did similar work. So the volunteer tomatoes, as well as some other plants that were in this area, had those taken out. And then these are actual pumpkins, Cinderella pumpkins, and I know that because I planted these. But this one plant is remaining. As you can see, it's doing pretty darn well. Cut back the vines a bit. I didn't need the full length of the vines for these pumpkins to really mature over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, cleared out all the nasturtium, which will be coming back with a vengeance very soon. You can see some nasturtium starting to come up, and this will soon be coming up by the hundreds. I suspect, all seeded from the plant that was here that I just took out. But yeah, took out the yellow crookneck squash that was here as well. And once all those were taken out, did kind of the same thing in terms of removing all the mulch, and then adding all the soil amendments. With the asmonite yet to be put in. And here's my bag ready to go to sprinkle the asmonite across this raised bed, and then the other raised bed I was pointing out, and then yeah, giving this a good watering. So post-rain update of the cottage garden. A lot of progress has been made here. And so for starters, the raised beds, these 4 large raised beds, were shortened by about 10 feet. So you can see the footprint of where the raised beds were, because I have wood chips I had sprinkled all around the raised beds. So these barren spots are where the raised beds were. So you can now see it's much more open than it was before. And so to make this all happen, the 4 raised beds, they were all covered in a really thick layer of wood chips. So took the wood chips off, brushed it off to the side, and so that's what's under these white tarps here. And so then with the wood chips removed, all the soil that was in the parts of the raised beds that were cut back, that soil was moved to the rest of, to fill up the rest of the beds. So the soil level went up by quite a bit as a result of that. And you can see the footprints of the deer that have since walked through. Yeah, so... I got the soil moved, and then the next step is going to be to plant garlic in these 2 raised beds. That part here, I planted garlic in there a couple of weeks ago, so I didn't want to touch that with this latest project. Yeah, plant garlic in the rest of these 2 raised beds. It's early October. I'm already behind the clock there. So yeah, get the garlic in the ground, then cover that with a nice layer of wood chips, so that can really start taking off and do well over the winter. And then in these 2 raised beds, that's where all these potted plants, which is mostly lavender, so lavender, got a citronella, but then 2 other lavender. So to go along with all the lavender that is already planted in here, I will just add to it. So there's 1 rosemary, but the rest in there is all lavender. So put those, get those planted, but those aren't as time sensitive as the garlic. The lavender's pretty hardy, so I can wait a little while on that. But yeah, need to get the garlic in the ground, and get the wood chips on top of them, and just let them do their thing. So yeah, this is probably going to leave me with a lot of excess wood chips because the layer of wood chips that I had on the raised beds was pretty darn thick. But it is a good thing to have excess wood chips because I will definitely be able to put them to good use. All right, so that's a nice progress of what's been happening here, and it doesn't necessarily look pretty with all the tarps, but wanted to keep the wood chips dry since those are going to be moved again, and then it actually was intentional to leave the soil. Uncovered so that the rain could help compact it down and get it ready for the garlic planting. So of course the deer walking through was additional compaction. Yeah, we'll get that started. So it turns out that storm system lasted at least a day more than forecasted, and so we used that this morning. Another cool, crisp morning with some nice cloud cover. So we used that to finish up here in the cottage garden, and spread out all the rest of the wood chips and. Covered up the barren spots of where the raised beds were, and put a really nice layer of wood chips in the raised beds to go around the lavender that's all planted, as well as the citronella on the corners there. And to replicate what I have going on here between the two raised beds with all these layers of bark with the redwood sitting on top. Doing this project here, I kind of used up all my nice pieces of bark, large pieces of bark, especially redwood. And so between the raised beds here, kind of used a lighter approach. So there's all this cardboard that has decomposed a bit. That was sitting under the wood chips in the beds. So between the soil and the wood chips, I had a layer of cardboard. And over the past year, it kind of decomposed. Started doing its thing. And so when we took off all the wood chips a couple days ago to move the soil. We took up that layer of cardboard and was able to reuse it to line this pathway here. And then I also had some other leftover pieces of redwood bark. I mean, kind of like shreds. shreds of bark, as it were. And so I put that on top of the cardboard, just to kind of wrap that up, and also use up that redwood bark. I've been having it in some barrels for some time, just waiting for a use. So yeah, got all that wrapped up this morning, and really like how it's turned out, and definitely was able to make a lot of progress with the cooler weather that the rain has brought the past couple of days. All right. Well, as the sun really emerges for the first time in a little while, that's going to wrap things up for this video. Lots of progress over the past couple of days, and just really happy to see how things have progressed with the projects. So it's also been incredibly beautiful, and I'll post a separate video of clips that I've captured over the past couple of days of the scenery up here. So, all right. Well, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy and take care.